Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good. I had a very interesting comment on a video the other day, and I thought I'd share it and talk about it a little bit. I wanted to explore it. I kind of glossed over it. I haven't read the entire comment, so I thought I'd share it today. We'd take a closer look and see what's going on with it, and see if this has, if this is viable, if it's something I should be trying. Anyway, let's take a look at this. So, Graplocked2796, thank you for your comment. Well done. I would argue that UFUs are currently the best squad for new players to farm, and for numerous reasons. Well, right out of the gate, we're coming on strong, right? UFUs are the best squad for new players to farm. So that's going to be like Seer Junda, Cal Kestis. We're talking about UFUs, right? Unaligned Force users. All right, so A, they are all almost immediately farmable. Cal and Cantina Tier 1, Seer and Lightside Tier 3, KRU, and Ray is free at the start. Let's go ahead and, well, let's read through this all, then we'll take a look at the UFUs right behind me. We'll investigate this a little bit. The interfaction diversity comes in handy later. You can be putting resources into characters like Ventress, Kylo, and CLS without having to build their entire factions immediately to make them good. I mean, that's interesting. It's really tough to imagine using CLS on a non-CLS squad, but I can see where, I mean, I see a lot of rosters all the time that have CLS upgraded, maybe ready to go and still working on the team, like 3PO, 2PO. Maybe somewhere to stick them at the beginning of the game while you don't have to invest in the... That might have some value to it. Having both light side and dark side characters powered up makes doing the different nodes easier for new players. I'm a big proponent of just getting big allies. Go to my Discord, get a bunch of allies, and you can avoid it that way. But okay, I see that. There's a nice blend of both simple and complex mechanics with the team, allowing players to learn the basics while also practicing some more advanced stuff. Okay. The defensive wall-like nature of the team makes it capable for them to take on much higher level opponents. That is interesting to me. That is interesting to me. Unlike some of the other recently added squads, I said interesting. Unlike some of the other recently added squads like Bad Batch, Gungans, etc., only Seer and Cal need Kyrotechs, making the team much less expensive to build up. Unless, of course, you're running them with Mara, the Inquisitors. I like that. Now, this is what we've been talking about a lot lately is Kyrotech light farms that you can do on the side while you're finishing up your Kyrotech heavy farms. I kind of like that. They'll remain viable throughout the whole course of the game. This is a team that can take out GL Ray after all. Well, with Terra Malicos on it, right? Who is arguably the best defensive unit out there. I could go on. Okay, let's take a closer look at this. Let's see. Let's look at these, and I have not done a lot of work into the Seer Junda UFU team, so let's take a closer look and kind of investigate and talk about this a little bit, especially with the first comment. They're the best squad for new players to farm. I'm not sure I'm on board with that, but let's take a look. All right, here we are on the PC client. You see I haven't even upgraded Seer Junda yet, and I've just got Seer, Cal Kestis. So if you're talking about a new squad, we mentioned Asajj in there who fits in a lot of places. She's also a very easy farm. Let's fill this in with the easiest farm possible. So if you start with Seer, and let's check Seer. Okay, and she's available on, what was it, 3? Lightside Tier 3. That is very early. You'll have that in the first couple of days. Maybe even day 1, I'm not sure. Go ahead and promote her a couple tiers here. I can go ahead and invest this. Yes. And by the way, you don't have to promote them. You can actually just find them, but I'm doing it anyway because that's what I am. I'm full of whimsy and vinegar and something else. Anyway, okay, so Lightside Hard. Well, I could get extra shards of Seer right now if I farmed her. So, okay. All right. So, very easily. And I know I agree. Cal is in Cantina Tier Node 1. So, I get that. One challenge I feel here immediately is there's no fleets that go along. You don't get any ships with Seer. You don't get any ships with Cal. And, you know, when I talk about those early farms, your very first Cantina farms, I think should be people like Kylo Ren on Mask, because you get his TIE Silencer in the node. TIE Fighter, you get the TIE Fighter pilot gets the TIE Fighter in the node. Or you go over to Geo Soldier at the very beginning of Cantina battles, and Geo Soldier's got a very important ship for free-to-play people at the beginning also. So I kind of think of ship combos at the beginning for my early characters, so slight objection there. But let's take a look at some abilities here. So Seer Junda, everybody has 20% defense, max health and protection, doubled for unaligned force user allies. At the start of each encounter, they all gain protection up and tenacity up for 2 turns. If all allies are dark side or light side unaligned force users, there are no galactic legends. Until an ally takes their first turn, whenever an enemy starts their turn, all unaligned force users gain critical chance, damage, offense. Whenever an enemy starts their turn, they stack Critical chance, damage, and offense until the end of the battle. Well, that's why she comes out and just bashes people at the end of the battle. I literally have never looked at this before. While in Grand Arenas, if all allies are dark side or light... So they're hard to kill at the beginning, and they just stack and stack and stack. They don't stack. They get 20% defense, health, protection, doubled for unaligned force users, and they gain protection up. Then they're stacking critical chance, damage, and offense until the end of the battle. While allies have accuracy up... accuracy up, dude. Okay, while in Grand Arenas, all allies get another 30% max health protection and are immune to ability block in days. All allies gain 75% protection instead. They gain 10% offense. Okay, so it's doubling everything here, like making it even better. So, okay, now let's combine that with Cal Kestis here, because these are the primary two characters here, and they need 400 Chirotex, but Cal Kestis, all unaligned force users gain 30% max health and tenacity. So these guys are going to be some, and if an ally, whenever an ally is critically hit, they recover 5% health and protection, and Cal does too. And if they're a lighter dark side unaligned force user, they gain protection up, 10% stacking, max 50% for future. So just big beefy boys and girls. Just big beefy boys and girls. So if you want to add some beef to that, I mean, we just talked about Kylo Ren Unmasked. Throwing Kylo Ren Unmasked into there as the tank for Seer and Cal, I mean, that's just a 3-person team you could put on defense in Grand Arena and just drive people batty. I mean, just drive people batty. Then if you toss in somebody like Scavenger Ray, like we were talking about, well, the offense she's going to stack up. If she is staying alive for long periods of time and taking damage, is it taking damage that stacks it? Let's see here. While allies have accuracy, no. Whenever an enemy starts their turn, they gain 5% critical damage. I mean, this is why you want these guys slow, right? Just to come out of the gate, just banging. So, Seer, Cal, and Ray are easy farms. Now, Ray is a just a regular node farm. Yeah, a couple regular nodes, 1A and 5D. So you can farm her, and you can get her at the Mark 1 currency. So she's an easy farm. Ray's an easy farm. Kylo's an early Cantina farm you do with the ship. Asajj is a very easy farm in the squad arena shop. Kylo Ren, I think, is now that could be interesting on there too. You get Kylo Ren. Where is he? 4C Cantina battles, also Cantina energy as well. I mean, you could easily farm up a full UFU team. You do have to invest in Seer and Cal. The other three you can just fill in from other places as well, and like Ahsoka Fulcrum you could put in there for territory wars. And she won't require it. So Kylo, Ahsoka, Rey, Asajj, OG Kylo Ren are not going to require a lot of Chirotex. It's going to be 100 Chirotex at the end. You can deal with probably on Kylo Ren Unmasked, you could just put Scarred on him, where he gains taunt for 1 turn. So that's 1 Zeta there. Scavenger Ray does not need a Zeta. Asajj does not need a Zeta, although this Rampage, where she's stacking turn meter and gains 25% chance to gain turn meter, and then she automatically gains 35% turn meter, 15% offense, 50. I mean, put those stacks on top of Seer Junda's offense stacks, and you might get something special. But you could probably get by without Asajj's Zeta. Kylo Ren's Zeta, if you're gonna put him on a team like this, you're gonna need it. He every time he does this, he recovers protection equal to the damage dealt. And Kylo Ren is a guy who stacks damage based on taking damage. Right here, whenever Kylo takes damage, he gains 50% defense. So that's more defense on top of the other. So he's gonna be like 100% defense. He'll be like more like 700% defense, but whatever. 15% offense for 1 turn. So if he takes a bunch of damage in a turn, in addition to the other damage stacks, so you can see Kylo Ren here really coming out of the gate as a really strong character on this UFU team. Now, so I see I absolutely see the value of this. Seer Junda, let's talk about the easiest team to put together. I think Seer Junda, Cal Kestis, got to get those two. Probably stack in Scavenger Ray, Kylo Ren Unmasked, and Asajj would be an easier farm, but Kylo's not that far behind her. So one of those three, Kylo Ren, Asajj Ventress, Kylo Ren Unmasked, Ray Scavenger, Cal Kestis, Seer Junda. And if I'm really looking at it, Kylo Ren Unmasked as the tank just to keep everybody, keep everybody just stacking and stacking and stacking and sit out there and just absorb damage. I mean, Kylo Ren Unmasked with how much extra health we're going to get here? 20% extra max health And then in Grand Arena, another, so 50% max health and protection here. And then Cal Kestis is going to give him another 30% max health. Giving Kylo Ren Unmasked 80% extra health. That's kind of ridiculous. That's, and he's gonna, so Kylo Ren Unmasked, if you have Scarred, recovers 8% health every time he takes damage. And right now, I've got mine modded for, let's take a look here, defense, health. So I'm not maxed out on health, but I got a good amount of health on Kylo here. So he's at 103,000, so 180,000 health. And if he recovers 8% every time he takes damage, and I got some defense on him, I could even get, you could get that health up over like 220, 230, not that much difficulty to doing that. That would be a big beefy tank, plus all the bonus protection up and everything else he gets. I'm going to say this. At the very least, this is a viable team for early game players. I'm not sure I'm willing to say it's the best squad for new players to farm, and the reason being, if you're free, especially if you're free to play, the Kyrotech investment in Seer and Cal is going to be crazy. I mean, well, not crazy. You're talking about 400 each, so 800 Kyrotechs in them. You're going to need to get the rest team relics, so 300 more Kyrotechs. So talk about 1,100 Kyrotechs. That's not a bad investment for an end game team. For an early game team, you're looking at 500 Kyrotechs, even for like the full CLS team. But I could definitely see the value of this. And now I'm thinking, do I go out and farm this on my Lord Vader? Maybe this is a side farm I do on my Lord Vader team, where I go get Cal, I go get Seer and Cal, and I've already got Kylo Ren Unmasked. I would need to relic him, and I grab either Scav Ray or Kylo Ren or Asajj Ventress for the offense on the team. I may do this. I may add this to my Lord Vader farm just to demo it and see. And I can definitely see in Grand Arena, you throw this out there on defense, and when you're in Carbonite, when you're in Carbonite playing against people that are really in Carbonite, not the 7 Galactic Legends that just don't play, or you're in Bronzium or even Chromium, this is going to be a really difficult team for people to conquer unless they've got a GL sitting on their team. So, yeah, I definitely see the value here. I can see where this would work and be a lot of fun. And who knows? Maybe I'll be farming this for my Lord Vader squad down the road just to have a little bit of fun and put a team out there on defense that makes a lot of sense. Let me know your thoughts on whether we should make Ufus, the Seer Junda Cal Kestis team, a part of an early farm, or is this the best squad for new players? I'm not buying into that, just mainly because of the ships and the Kyrotechs required. But could it be a very, very, very good squad for new players, free to play to farm, plus it leads you to Jedi Knight Cal down the road? Just gives you kind of an end game team up front. And this team will, as you go over time, you'll be adding in different, as you move Kylo Ren Unmasked over to a Supreme Leader Kylo team, maybe moving Kylo Ren onto this team, maybe moving your extra second sister Inquisitor on this team down the road. Maybe you get Terran Malicos. So you'll constantly be moving parts in and out of this team, and there are more Unaligned Force users to come in the game for sure. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it, because this is something I really am seriously thinking about doing my Lord Vader account right now. Have a little fun with it. And if you haven't seen that Lord Vader account, go right now, check out the playlist. Nooch Vader. I'm farming Lord Vader. We're on week 4 this week. We're just starting out. You got plenty of time to join in and enjoy that journey along the way. Hey, have a great day. I will talk to you soon. And always remember, Nooch too good.